But when it comes to your parents, you better show excellence. And then he doesn't even say, أحسنوا بالوالدين. Be good to parents. He says, وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا, which is actually a really amazing way of giving an instruction. You don't even say a full sentence. You say, when it comes to both parents, excellence. That's it. Like in a word, you better watch it. There's nothing short of that is acceptable of you. Subhanallah. So this, as I leave you with this thought about how high the standard has been set for my relationship with my parents, we're in a time now where we can joke around with our parents. We make fun of them and fun with them, and sometimes they don't find it offensive, and that's okay. But when we trivialize things that hurt them, like in their absence, we're talking about how silly they can be, and how their quirky habits and things like that. And we're talking about that with our friends, and that if your father was there, your mother was there, and they were hearing this, they'd be embarrassed. Then not only are you committing an act of ghiba, which is backbiting, which is ugly enough as it is as a sin, it's far short of the excellence demanded by Allah for your parents. So when it comes to our mother and our father, which of course we know them better than anybody else, we know their weird habits better than anybody else. Family moments happen and things like that, but we're going to shield them more than anyone else. And we're going to show goodness to them in their presence and in their absence more than anybody else. That's how we have to hold ourselves. Final comment on this, inshallah, is your very best is not the same as perfection. You have to do your very best. Allah did not say itqan, He said ihsan. Itqan is a kind of perfection. There's no such thing as perfection. Sometimes, and I've met families, I've met people whose parents are abusive. That's a reality. Parents sometimes they're physically abusive, sometimes they're emotionally, psychologically abusive. This person, when he's in the presence of his mom, he starts hyperventilating and he starts actually having seizures because he can't, the relationship with his mom was so terrible, and this is terrible things to him. Moms usually are great people, but they're also human beings. They mess up too. And there can be some terrible examples of parents in the world. You know what? You'll have to do the best within your situation. You can't compare your situation to somebody else who's got a much more normal relationship with their parents, and they're able to do all these things, spend time with their parents and hang out with them and go to dinners with them. And then you say, well, I can't do that, so I must be a terrible person. No, every situation is unique. And every situation requires what is the most that you could have done within your limits. Allah does not want you to put yourself in harm's way. We don't accept abuse from anyone. Not even our parents. Not even our parents. This has to be heard because, in the name of Islam, in the name of ayat like this one, وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا, we've made the assumption that parents have open license. No, they don't have open license. They deserve the very best that we can do. And we're going to do our very best. And we're going to be patient with them more than we are with anybody else. But injustice is injustice. And it must be called for what it is. May Allah Azza wa Jal make us the best we can possibly be to our parents. And we as parents, may Allah make us of those who are not unjust parents or unfair parents or put undue burden on our children. May Allah Azza wa Jal make our children a means of our own salvation and us a means of the salvation of our parents.